what time it is. Let's get it.
Good evening, everybody. Glad you've made the decision to be with us. Alongside Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. We're glad to be bringing you action and welcoming you to the new... Everybody's been waiting for these two to meet up. Now they do, as round one is underway. Teddy, obviously we have a matchup that the fans love, power puncher versus power puncher. But if you're one of the two trainers, what do you think?
Well, I'm thinking about defense. If I could be a little bit better on defense, my power's not going away. I'm still going to be okay in that area.
To the head he goes with a left hand. See how he targets that hook? Dismisses his opponent's headshot. He digs in with an uppercut after blocking that shot away. Little head hunting with the left. Halfway through round number one. Good looking uppercut that time. Chavez's cut is not looking good at all. I'm getting the sense that this fight could be stopped at any moment.
So the key is where the cut is. When the referee brings the doctor up to look at it, he's going to look at whether or not getting worse will imperil his health down the road.
Back and forth exchange. Blocks that punch. Unable to score with the hooks. Mike Tyson's right hand scores well that time. You see him with the left of the head there? Left to the body. Last 10 seconds. He just missed that shot up top. Here we go. Round two is underway. Good block by Mike Tyson. Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. Antonio Chavez is tagged by that powerful hook. Tyson's eye is really a mess now due to that cut. Now, if you're his opponent, it's got to be the primary target, I assume.
You know, and that's the key word, assume. And a lot of people, a lot of fans do assume that you start aiming at that bullseye, so to speak. But I don't believe in that, because now all of a sudden you throw yourself off a little bit. You start pitching punches to that exact spot. Instead of just fighting your fight, instead of just letting the jab go in the general direction of the head, set up the other punches. You don't want to get carried away for looking to pinpoint that exact spot.
That's a forceful two-punch combo by Mike Tyson. Not able to land the headshot. Trying to time that straight left hand, and he does so with ease. Not precise at all by Mike Tyson. Antonio Chavez is jacked by an uppercut. He scored well after being hit himself. Tyson's punch is far off the target. And that's the end of round two. His eye is completely shut. He really is at risk of being a TKO loser here. I suppose if he can defend himself properly, the fight will go on.
Yeah, well, that's going to be up to the discretion, the judgment of the referee. I mean, this... That's what happens when you come a little slow.
Down he goes, but he's going to continue on, beating the count. Chavez is proving to be elusive. Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. Tyson's done a good job there, offensively scoring with that left hand. Teddy, there are opportunities that are here for him, aren't there?
Yeah, counterpunch opportunities, because you got an opponent who's walking in a little bit. Now he has a chance to start to chuck something back at him a little.
Tyson's getting himself into the mix now. Oh, big shot! Oh, and now the real test. Can he get up after going down a second time? He scores the knockout here tonight. I never saw that coming. An early knockout victory. That's a stunner, Teddy.
So as I look at it, maybe not as surprising.
Hi, everybody. So glad you're with us. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Adams. When you get a fight like this that everybody's been talking about, it's always so interesting to see these opening moments here in round number one. Well, Tyson sees this just about every time he steps into the ring. He's up against a taller man here.
Yeah, but he also understands that once he starts getting close, guess what? That guy becomes a midget.
And Tyson with a blocked punch. Cooper's able to land a good, solid left hand. Good job protecting himself. Little head hunting never hurt, does it with the hook. Tyson's just punching air that time. His opponent was able to get out of the way. Cooper's showing you that sublime skill right now with that two-punch combo. Good block by Mike Tyson. Cooper's missing the mark by a mile. That's just nowhere to be found. Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. That is a classic Tyson uppercut. Mike Tyson with a big right hand. And now he's targeting upstairs. Goes up top again. Cooper's defense is paying off now. Here's a moment here as you see the step back counter punch where you realize this is the sweet science, not just some raw savagery shredding you.
Look at the little subtleties here, Joe. What he does is he forces him into a position to stop the punch. And then when he stops, steps back, makes a miss, comes right back.
A well-played there. A stinging uppercut by Cooper. Solid left hand to the head. And right from the start, he's throwing the power punches and landing them.
I think he has a date and he wants to get to it.
Cooper's cut, and you can see blood coming from his mouth. And I don't know if maybe the mouthpiece caused that, but the bottom line is that he can be swallowing that, and that can take away from his winning conditioning. Crashes home with the uppercut. Cooper's the victim of a powerful hook. There he goes with the right hand again. Go.
No, he's standing on the outside, Joe. He shouldn't be standing there. The old timers would say, take a walk around the block.
Cooper's back up on his feet. What will be interesting to see here is how he reacts in the next few moments. Good shot there with that left. Cooper showing you a little defensive skill there as he moved away from that punch. Cooper's got to be so careful here, Teddy. He was knocked down in the last round, and you know his opponent's going to be gunning for him here at the start of this round.
But this is where you walk a tightrope, so to speak, because if he's too careful, as you alluded to, guess what? His opponent walks in, and the fight's going to get stopped. So, yeah, he's got to be smart, but he's also got to pick something at his opponent, chop something at his opponent to keep him off a little bit, too.
You know, that jab is so basic, so simple, but as you can see, so very effective for him early on in this fight.
Yeah, well, he's telling his opponent, you're not coming on to my property. You know, I have a dog here, and this dog bites.
That worked out. Could this be the start of a big comeback? Oh! A spot like this before. Remember, he once rose up off the canvas against Buster Douglas, only to be floored again. And he do it here. Overhand right to be so effective. 1-2. 1-2. Cooper's at his best when the combinations are landing. He scored well there with that combo. Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. Off to the side, a little swing and a miss evening, everybody. Joe Tessitore and Teddy Atlas welcoming you to the famed New York Arena here at round number 1 is now underway. All the talk is done. It is simply time to fight. Commits to the overhand right, and it serves him well.
Ted, is there concern with Mike Tyson facing a southpaw here?
No, because Tyson had about 50, 60 amateur fights, and he's been taught how to deal with southpaws that he had to deal with in the amateurs. He knows to move to his left, move outside their right foot, and take their power away. Take that left hand away from him.
A crushing two-punch combo by Stewart. Tyson swinging and missing like he's at bat front there. That punch was nowhere near his opponent. Wow, a big flush blow, the left hand by Mike Tyson. And now just wasting away some time with that clinch. Reaching the halfway mark of this round. The cannon's left landing well. Takes one, but gets one. Good work by Reggie Stewart. Needs to improve that accuracy, missed with the headshot. They're not exactly getting to know each other. They're just beating the hell out of each other early on.
And so if this keeps up, they're both going to have headaches, and we're going to have one of the great fights to talk about.
He gives as well as he takes. You saw it on that exchange. He brings an uppercut that really does damage there. Tyson's defense did a good job there, able to avoid that punch. Stewart's right hand did a nice job that time. That worked well for him. End of round 1. Let me paint this picture for you. You got to figure out a strategy, and your fighter's down to 1 eye.
I hope that he read some history books, or he watched a movie named 300. You saw that movie,
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
you? Great movie about the Spartans where they were outnumbered, and they had to get the terrain right to fight the fight. They had to get into the mountains where the greater forces, the great army, could not be the great army. They could not get in there and battle where they could take advantage.
Stewart's going to have to pull himself together here. Now, he beat the count, but still a lot of work to do.
Yeah, a lot of work because he doesn't have the benefit of his legs. Can't move around there wobbly right now. So what he's got to do is grab on a little bit and walk. Walk to the rope. Kill some time. Make the referee come in between you and break you.
He digs in with a left hand to the body. He had his eyes set on the uppercut, but was unable to land it. Digs in with a good, solid uppercut after taking a shot. Stewart's making for a very inviting target right now. You can see the blood around that eye. The cut is obviously worse than it was just moments ago. Tyson's nailed by a hook. Big left hand from Iron Mike. Able to land another power shot early on here, Teddy. Does he have to worry about trying to keep up this pace?
No, I don't think so. If he keeps at this pace, he's not going to be around to worry.
Now, your mentor, Customato, became Mike Tyson's legal guardian. Going back 30 years prior to that, he had Floyd Patterson, who at the time became the youngest heavyweight champion. There were parallels that Tyson made.
Did you see that? And he goes again. Will he get up from this? Stewart's going to keep taking this test, rising up after being knocked down. How about that? Another right hand. And we come to the end of round number 2. The
we've seen this before, a fighter with a bad cut, and sometimes a fighter that now has a much greater sense of urgency.
Yeah, right now, if he was gambling, if he was in a casino, he's rolling the dice. He's hoping to come up with 7.
Committing to the headwork, you see him go there again. Went to the body there, but unable to connect. Stewart's nose is now starting to bleed. On the mark with the straight left hand. Stewart's recuperative ability is being tested to the limit here. Just 60 seconds to gather yourself after being knocked down in the last round.
Now, we talk about the fighter, but it's important right now for the corner, for the referee, for the doctor to know that he does have those kind of recuperative. So they give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe the ref gives him a little more time than he gives somebody else.
Solid hook upstairs. Scores up top with a left. Not able to land the uppercut. Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by the cannon. Good job. Good job. That is a strong uppercut there. Oh, and he's got something for himself, and it's a left hand. Good fighting, snapping shot by Mike Tyson. Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. Nice and relaxed. Good. Start of round number 4. Easy scorecard to put together.
Well, I don't know if he's hip to the idea of becoming a counter-puncher, but I get the sense you'd agree with him.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's got the perfect platform, the perfect form for it. The guy's walking in right now, not moving his head much. He can time him, he can counter him.
Great work offensively landing that combination by Mike Tyson. Iron Mike having to deal with a nosebleed now. Tyson's got something to think about now. Look at that. He goes down, and he doesn't look good at all. Stewart's going to need a minor miracle to survive this.
He's going to need a great will and desire to survive it.
And it's all over. The Cannon's not going to hear from those judges. He's a knockout victim. As we saw, he was up on your scorecard throughout the evening. Tyson's now a winner by knockout.
Listen, you want to win, you want to get to a title, you want to be...
Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas. Good evening and welcome to the New York City Arena here in Midtown Manhattan for tonight's main event. Well, they've been waiting for this moment, and now they get it. Round 1 underway.
Muhammad Ali's jab has to be first and foremost on his to-do list, isn't it, Teddy?
Yeah, I would say so. You ever see that commercial where the guy says, how do you spell relief?
Sure.
Well, it's kind of like, how do you spell victory in this fight? J-A-D. That's exactly the way you go.
That's what he wants.
When a high-stamina fighter is fighting another guy who's very well-conditioned, is there any tendency for maybe some doubts to creep into his mind?
Yeah, there always are. because you always want to have the edge. We're human beings. Boxers are no different. They want to say they have a little edge in that area. But they need to know that this is exactly what they're ready to do.
And he ties up on the inside. Frustrating his opponent with great defense. Halfway through this round, targeting that head with the combination punching.
Circle him, move!
Unable to get to Ali. Ali blocked it. Solid shot. Teddy, I don't think he's got visions of sticking around too long. He's aiming power punches early.
Yeah, he wants to make it a quick night as well.
Not able to connect with the uppercut. Castillo's able to land a nice, clean left hand. Count down the final moments of this round.
Watch!
And the bell rings, signifying the end of the round. Now that he's back in the corner and we get a close-up look, Castillo's cut even looks worse.
And it's up to the fighter now, Joe, for his attitude not to change. You know, we can look at it and we can say, wow, that cut looks worse. The fans can look at it and say that. But the fighter must be steady, the same attitude, as though he doesn't have a cut. Otherwise, he has no chance of winning this fight.
Good left there. At the end of the 20th century, many of the greatest ultras were all topped by Muhammad Ali. In fact, Sports Illustrated named him the sportsman of the century. I know Babe Ruth had a great effect on baseball. Michael Jordan, probably the greatest basketball player of all time. But I don't know that there's anybody that touched the world stage the way Ali did.
Well, it probably is, and at one point, he was probably the most recognizable face on the planet. I mean, everybody knew who he was, and also what he stood for. You know, he stood for freedom, he stood for power, for strength, and he stood for, most important of all, individualism. And that's how he lived his life in and out of the ring. You know, he was very, different in that ring in his approach, his style, and that wasn't by accident. It was to stand out and show that everybody is unique.
A solid uppercut by Castillo. Not hitting his mark there, going upstairs. Ali blocks it. Castillo's now got a bit of an uphill battle dealing with that swelling coming from that last round. Do you see any way in which he can take his opponent's aggression and turn it against him?
Yeah, the perfect way. I mean, boxing 101, counterpunching. You got a guy coming at you, no better way than to change his mind. Make him miss, make him pay.
Able to land the hook to the head. Oh, he just misses with that headshot. Muhammad Ali's combination punching is working well here. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Muhammad Ali. Keep the distance. Muhammad Ali able to land a big uppercut. Coming to the halfway point of this third round. Very nice work to the head. The right hand landed. Finish with the hook. see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. Nice work, the left hand to the head. He got hit. Oh, now the uppercut. Blocks that punch. Good right hand. Ali's almost looking foolish that time. He missed so bad. Nice strike after catching one by Muhammad Ali. Last 10 seconds of round number 3. Three minutes gone by in this round. Muhammad Ali is enjoying a lead on Teddy's scorecard. The first time we look at the scores ringside here tonight. Although early on here, it's not as if either man is in complete control of this fight. Parries that punch away. This is becoming like a crime scene here. Castillo's DNA is splattered throughout that ring.
And you know it's going to influence the fight. Not only that, maybe he gets a little discouraged, he gets a little down, but maybe his opponent, and there's a big maybe he gets a little careless now going in there for the kill. And maybe that could be an opportunity for him. Very similar to what you see Floyd Mayweather do. You know, make a miss, pull that shoulder back, and then come right back with the count.
Ali's showing us a great display of one of the best elements of defense, Teddy, and that is your ability to make your man miss by moving your head.
And now what his opponent has to do is he has to understand, hopefully he's been taught this, that yeah, the head moves, but the body doesn't. The body is stationary right in front of you. Right now his opponent should not be going to that head. He should be going downstairs.
Very accurate two-punch combo by Muhammad Ali. Unable to score with the uppercut that time. Wow, what a right hand from Muhammad Ali. Seconds to go in the fourth.
You gotta let your hands go. You have to be busy. This guy is busy.
Round number 5 has arrived. Ali's coming out here at the start of this round, knowing that the first half of this fight clearly has him out way in front on the scorecard.
Yeah, you know, sometimes guys don't do good when they're way out in front because they start letting up a little bit. They start taking things for granted. That is probably the only thing that can be an enemy of him right now.
A piercing hook to the head by Muhammad Ali. Gets rid of that body shot. And now they're trading blows. Castillo's giving his opponent headaches here now. He's throwing punches, but he's able to block them away. Halfway into round number 5 here. Now he's putting his punches together. The combination upstairs. Ali's hand speed is the difference here. I mean, that's what that combination was all about.
Yeah, purely speed. He just got off faster, sooner.
That is boxing 101. A nice, crisp combination by Muhammad Ali. Ali's well off the mark that time. He has found his groove with this right hand. And just grabbing onto his opponent. round number 5, last 10 seconds.
Listen, I don't want to see you.
The start of the 6th round. Not much action as he just ties up. Castillo's left working well that time. A little head hunting right back to it. Halfway through round 6.
That's it.
Ali's punch didn't come close. That was nice. He just drew the punch from his opponent, and then a good counter by Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, like running through the rain without getting wet. Beautiful.
A piercing uppercut by Muhammad Ali. Not what he was looking for. That's a miss right there by Muhammad Ali. And now he brings the left hand upstairs.
Can't just move around.
Here we go. Action to start the 7th round. Ali's approaching this round with the right look. He looks to be in pretty good shape. Castillo's in a real tough spot now. There's no doubt about it that the eye has worsened. That cut is really looking ugly right here. What does he have to think about right now? Is it time to just take the realization that, hey, this fight can end at any moment?
Yeah, well, there's two things to that. First of all, the cut man's done his job. He's put the coagulants in there. Now he has to give them time to work. He's got to be elusive. He can't get hit on it for a little while. But also, he has to find a way for offense to stem the tide, to keep the opponent from just walking right in.
Well-targeted two-punch combo by Muhammad Ali. He's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. Well, that was his intention, and that's what he's doing. Not engaging in the fight, but clinching. Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot.
Double up your jabs. Just like that. Just like that.
He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. Castillo's quickly approaching the point of no return right now, Teddy. You know, it wouldn't be far-fetched to see his corner step up on the apron and stop this fight.
Well, not only far-fetched, I mean, I think it's starting to get to that point where it's their responsibility to be thinking about that.
And you can see he wanted to do that as he holds on. Oh, it may be close here. Can he survive the round? Castillo's climb back up from the canvas may inspire him. Coming towards the end of the 7th round, 10 seconds to go. Good defensive skill with the block by Muhammad Ali.
Don't stand toe-to-toe.
This has not been a tough
task at all. Ali's been in complete control the first 7 rounds. Teddy, he's up big on your scorecard, and not much has been asked.
Raul, and bang, and away he goes. This is going to take some guts to get up from this. Once again, he goes down. So now the question becomes, after that knockdown, and he has gotten up, how does he survive?
So one of the ways he survives is if he's been taught. Have good habits.
Battered and beaten. I don't know that this fight's going to continue. Be on the inside. And it's over. Look at this. Muhammad Ali's opponent is floored. A knockout victory. Boy, was that impressive.
Now that's how you end a fight right there. Yes, he was controlling throughout, but he made a good, clean finish with the knockout.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and welcome to the Thomas and Mack Center, just off the Vegas Strip, for a much-anticipated main event. 8 rounds. And they are underway. Round number 1 of this much-anticipated scheduled 8-round bout. Right back to the work up top. Keeping his hands up, getting rid of his opponent's offense. Nothing there on the punch by Muhammad Ali. Really on the mark with that over-the-top shot with the right hand. Well, here's the greatest of all time going up against the guy who is a counter-puncher. Now, what do you think Ali should be thinking?
Well, he just thinks he doesn't care. He's a counter-puncher because he has more speed. Look, Ali has been a counter-puncher too. You come in, you make a mistake, you know, here can he? And then he can be a lead guy on the front end because he has fast hands. He figures this guy's going to lay back and try to set a trap. Ali figures I'm so fast. He's not going to get a chance to set a trap.
Johnson's cut is really a mess right now, and it could jeopardize this fight for him right here. Teddy, is there blame that needs to be placed on his cut man? Could he have done more?
Well, really, the trick to being a cut man is pretty simple. It's not rocket science. You have to have the right medicine, the right coagulants. You have to be calm. You have to be able to put pressure on that cut, get it to stop, and then put those medicines in. But you need a little help from the fighter. You need him to move a little bit on his fight and give those medicines time to work.
He clearly came in with a strategy here tonight, Teddy. And so many times, it's, hey, I'm going to bang that drum.
Yeah, he is banging that drum. That drum happens to be the body. And he figures that he's going to try to move on him, so start doing it early on, and later on, he's going to have a guy in front of him.
Nice work with the overhand right. I like the way he went up top that time with the hook. Ali's doing well here with that 2-punch combination. What does the jab offer him here?
Victory.
It's as simple as that.
It sure is.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. Johnson starting to bleed from the nose. His corner should be wary of that. A snapping hook by Muhammad Ali. There's a straight right hand. Excellent 1-2 by Muhammad Ali. Ali's punch is far off the target. You know, when we sat with these guys yesterday in preparation for this broadcast, we asked them, all right, what's your favorite punch? They both had the same response. We like them all.
Well, that's a smart fighter because you want to be as versatile, as rounded as possible.
Ali's just punching air that time. His opponent was able to get out of the way. Johnson's the kind of boxer that wants to do just that. Find the target, get the combination working, land both punches. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. Oh, what a whiff by Muhammad Ali. Parries that punch intended for the head. Just 10 seconds to go here in the second round. And that's the end of round two. He can't see out of that eye, Teddy. It is swollen shut, and now the ref is taking a look.
And he should be taking a look, and I think he's going to bring the doctor up pretty soon to look at it himself.
Johnson's just not throwing many jabs here tonight, Teddy. I know that really bothers you. You like a guy that commits to the jab, don't you?
Well, that's boxing 101. I mean, that's the fundamentals, and it has so many areas where it serves you. I mean, it sets up your punches, it sets up your offense, but it controls your defense. Keeps a guy at a certain distance, gives the guy something to think about. Just the most basic thing in the world.
Good, smooth work by Johnson. That's classic counterpunching.
Yeah, what he did was he pulled that right shoulder back. You know, he just pulled it back, gave him the left shoulder, and then gave him the right hand.
And he scores well. A three-punch combo by Muhammad Ali. 90 seconds to go here in this round. Scores well to the head with the right hand. Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. Focus. What an impact that left hand just made by Muhammad Ali. Ali's given us a good showcase of defense here tonight, especially up top. His head movement is just sublime.
And his opponent's cooperating with him a little bit because he's getting frustrated. He's looking for that big shot, and he's continuing to miss. He's making no adjustments. A guy's moving his head. You know what you want to do a little bit? Well, you want to fade him a little bit. Make him make a premature move. And then when he moves to either side, then you time him with a punch. Don't just go out there flailing away.
The quick takeaway from the first three rounds is that one guy's got the higher punch output, the other one's lagging behind. As we start round number 4, Teddy's scorecard, 3 rounds to go.
Yeah, the one guy with the high punch rate, the reason he's winning and the reason why he's effective is he's in the geography of the ring he needs to be, in tight.
Big uppercut by Ali. Johnson's mouth is cut. You can see it's getting worse as things progress here. That could be a factor later on. Ali's missing the mark by a mile. That just was nowhere to be found. 90 seconds to go in round number 4. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Muhammad Ali.
Ali's jab is really becoming an effective tool here, especially with the distance that he's keeping away from his opponent.
He's doing a great job of using that stick making sure that that jab's in his face, but then stepping out and setting traps, getting his opponent to reach in a little bit and then filling the hole.
Solid hook. He missed with that headshot. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Just 10 seconds to go in this round. And that's the end of round 4.
You know, Teddy, I'm looking at that cut as he's in the corner now, and it doesn't look good at all. Do you think he thinks he has to go out there and try to end this fight?
Not only does he think it, I think he's right. I think that he probably has very little time left before the referee or the doctor's going to stop this. And he needs to be thinking that way if he's not.
A shooting right hand by Muhammad Ali. A flush hook scores well for him. He just missed that shot up top. Muhammad Ali with a huge right hand.
Get out of the way from those punches.
Good combination to the head. Ali's hand speed right now, the difference with what we just saw, able to land that combination.
Yeah, he's probably going to need a little bit more down the road, but right now, that's got him in front.
Still plenty of time to work here in round number 5. Minute and a half to go. Zones in on that overhand right. Not able to land the headshot. Ali's landing a combination here. That's what he does when he's at his very best. A well-placed overhand right. See him holding on. Effective work with that flush overhand right. Really good work right there, landing the 2 punches in sequence by Muhammad Ali. Final 10 seconds of this 5th round. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the word by Meldrick Johnson.
We got it.
The start of the 6th round. Good defense, just covering up down low. Johnson's got to find a way to protect that eye. The cut has worsened, and if it gets any worse, you got to think this fight is coming to an end immediately.
Well, what's going to matter is when the doctor finally gets caught up and looks at it is show not how bad the cut looks or even how graphic it is to the fans out there, but where it's at. The doctor will look to see whether or not it's the kind of cut that if it gets worse, it could actually be physically damaging to his career.
Well, you can tell he's being patient, waiting for a countering opportunity. Teddy, what does he have to think about laying that trap?
All he has to do is think a little bit like I do at tax season with my accountant. I don't want to go into that office. You know, my accountant's standing at the door. He's waiting for me to come in there. I want a rebate. And that's what he wants. He wants a rebate. He wants a counter. He's stepping back, and he's waiting for the guy to come to him. So he's the one who gets his way.
Stay away from the inside. Off target with that hook. See him trying to cut down that tree with a well-placed right hand. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. Off to the side, a little swing and a miss going upstairs. That is exactly what the corner wanted to see. A good combination punch by Muhammad Ali. There's that overhand right. Johnson's taking more and more punishment as this round continues. This fight could be over soon.
And you just know the referee's taking a real close look at it right now. If it doesn't turn around this round, I think this will be the last.
So after a scary moment there, Muhammad Ali appears to have his legs back underneath him now.
Yeah, the thing with Ali is, you know, he fools around with you all the time. He makes believe you hurt him when you don't hurt him. So you're never really sure. He throws his opponent off a little bit.
That's a huge left hand from Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali is doing exactly what he told us he would do. Now, he was stunned earlier in this fight, but he's sticking to that game plan.
You know, I like that. You know, I want to see how a guy behaves under pressure. He hasn't panicked, you know. He still believes in his identity, believes in his talents, his abilities, and he's going to stay that way unless the guy convinces him later on.
Protecting his head well with his guard. At the halfway point of round 7, Ali's way off the mark. That punch didn't have a chance. Oh, everybody will tell you, you can't get away with that. What a big, wide, sweeping whiff that was.
Well, you can get away with it if the guy doesn't want to throw back, but if this guy wants to start throwing back, then you're not getting away with it.
Now sending more than one at him now, the combo to the head. His opponent got away from that uppercut. Look at that combination by Muhammad Ali.
Left and right, left and right.
10 seconds to go in the 7th. Ali's so dangerous with that accuracy. A 2-punch combination landing. So we look at Teddy's scorecard through 7 rounds that are complete here. This is a one-sided fight. You haven't seen the knockdowns from him, but you've seen everything else.
Yeah, and that's really what's more important. I mean, everybody loves the knockdowns and the knockouts, don't get me wrong, but what is really going to carry you is the jab, all those fundamental things. That's what's going to make you a champion if that's in your future.
Oh, he just made a big uppercut. Executed combination. Meldrick Johnson's down. He's going to have to beat the count. Hard to prepare for a situation like this, but many do. He's been down. Now he's got to survive.
So that's where you're wrong. It's not hard to prepare. It's a must to prepare. If you're a trainer, that's what you do in the gym. You teach a guy, if you're in this situation, this is what you do. You grab on, you move your head, you survive.
What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Muhammad Ali. Look at the mess in the ring right now. Ali's cut is just painting himself red.
Yeah, it's a good thing. At least we think that judges are not influenced by the way a fighter looks. Because if they were, no rounds are going in his favor.
What impact from that uppercut by Muhammad Ali. Lands flush with the 2-punch combo by Muhammad Ali. Good step back.
Beautiful.
Took a shot. Now he gives a left. Thought he had his target, but way off to the side with the uppercut. Oh, and there you go. Oh, this is going to be close. He may be able to survive the round, but he has gone down now. that's the way we saw it.
Yeah, I mean, if you saw it any other way, you'd have to put a warning out the next time these judges judge a fight, kind of like on a pack of cigarettes. You know, this could be hazardous to your health. I mean, these guys could be hazardous to your career if they scored any other way.
Here's the official decision. Good evening, I'm Joe Tessitore along. Everybody's been waiting for these two to meet up. Now they do as round one is underway. Super two-punch combo by Muhammad Ali.
Keep it going.
Scored well up. He did not see. Right off the bat, he goes down. Round number one, and he's on the floor.
Came out a little careless, and he paid a price.
Nichols is getting back up to his feet after being knocked down. Good work defensively by Muhammad Ali. Plus, he landed that counter.
Yeah, and he forced him to punch. He made him, he drew it out of him, and then he timed it beautifully.
And now he scores well with a straight right.
He's moving.
In front of us tonight, Teddy, a power puncher against a guy who's very well conditioned. Now, early on in the fight, what do you look for out of the power puncher?
To take his power, you know, it's not just power, it's where you distribute that power. If I'm in the corner of the power guy, I want to distribute it downstairs to the body. No better way to sap somebody's endurance, mentally and physically, than going downstairs.
Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. Missed that uppercut. Muhammad Ali lands the huge uppercut. Muhammad Ali's putting his punches together now. That's a nice combination. Nichols has got to be really careful here, Teddy. That eye has gotten to a point where this fight can be stopped at any time.
Well, the key is that it's above the eye, so of course it's impairing the vision. The blood, when it trickles down, he can't see. And that's what the referee's going to be looking for.
Firing off the uppercuts. Great exchange. Ali's swinging and missing like he's at bat right there. That punch was nowhere near his opponent. Right hand over the top, very accurate with it. And just like that, things turn around. A back and forth round. Both men have been rocked.
This is what boxing's about. This is what battle is about. This is what human spirit is all about.
And that's the end of round one. Teddy, let's discuss what's going on right here. His eye is completely swollen shut. What is the concern with the referee in the ringside position?
Well, right now they're worried about the welfare. You know, not just about tonight, but the future of this fight and what damage he will take now because he can't see correctly. It's their job to protect the fighter.
Punches and bunches, combination up top. Nichols is trying to steady himself in this round after being knocked down in the previous round. Teddy, how much can really happen in those 60 seconds? How much will benefit to a damaged fighter?
Well, a lot has to happen. First of all, physically, you have to revigorate the guy. You know, maybe massage the legs a little bit. Most importantly, get some ice on the back of his neck. You know, get that blood flow going a little bit. Make sure that you revive him a little bit. Get him back to feeling like he's ready to go after it.
Boy, sharp two-punch combination by Nichols. That is a sharp uppercut by Muhammad Ali. Very accurate with the overhand right. Really wanted that uppercut, but just couldn't get it. Teddy, many famous fighters, especially heavyweight champions, are known for their signature punch, like Rocky Marciano and his Suzuki. But for Muhammad Ali, he's known for his signature shuffle on the feet, the Ali shuffle.
Yes, he is. And, you know, it makes me think a little bit sort of like if you were going to buy a real fancy car. You know, when somebody wants to sell you something, wants you to believe in them, they give you something first, maybe a band or entertainment, and then they take you into the showroom. And you know, now you're ready to see the car. Well, that's what that is. That's the band. That's the entertainment. And then the show is about to begin. And it's an unbelievable show with those quick hands and those combinations.
Takes one, but gets one. Good work by Muhammad Ali.
And that's the end of round two. Listen, he's a veteran guy. He knows the truth of the situation. That's a really bad cut. The kind of cut that can end the fight.
Yeah, he has a gamble right now. You know, just got a little last call in the casino. They just said, you know, you got 3 more rolls of the dice. He's got to roll, he's got to blow on him. He's got to do everything.
Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. Goes up top with the right hand. Ali's got to be really careful here. That eye is an absolute mess. The cut is really bad. In fact, it could call for an end to this fight at any point.
Well, Joe, the key is where the cut is. It's above the eye, and that means that the flow will go into the eye and, of course, impair the vision. That is what the referee's going to be looking at.
Well, his opponent is opening up and coming forward, so I would think there's some opportunities in this.
Yeah, I think some counter-punching opportunities. Opportunities not on the front end, but on the back end.
And oh, what a good, strong uppercut by Kobe Nichols. Here's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand.
And makes that nice right angle on that hook upstairs.
What an uppercut by Muhammad Ali.
Ali pulls the trigger on that hook.
Lands flush with the combination upstairs. Big shot. Once again, he goes down. And he survives it. It's over. The fight is over. Nichols is smashed, and he can't get up. Unable to beat the count.
The theater of the unexpected. Who would have ever expected that?
Muhammad Ali. Good evening, everybody. Glad you've made the decision to be with us. Alongside Teddy Atlas. When you get a fight like this that everybody's been talking about, it's always so interesting to see these opening moments here in round number 1. That's a flush shot, making away those body shots with the left hand.
How critical is it when you have such a powerful straight right hand like the fighter was seeing here tonight, that you do know how to set the table with that jab?
Well, it's very important because that allows you to eat. That gives you a knife and fork.
Oh, a nice 2-punch combo by Muhammad Ali. Good flush shot upstairs. And now targeting his opponent with the overhand right. Headshot lands with a hook. Headshot blocked. That right hand is becoming a crutch. He can just lean on it now. What a destructive hook to the head by Muhammad Ali. Well-placed hook from Ali. A smart and resourceful uppercut by Muhammad Ali. that punch. Last 10 seconds of this first round. And we come to the end of round number 1. His eye is completely shut. He really is at risk of being a TKO loser here. I suppose if he can defend himself properly, the fight will go on.
Yeah, well, that's going to be up to the discretion, the judgment of the referee. I mean, this is what the referee is paid for. His judgment in this kind of situation.
What an excellent two-punch combo by Muhammad Ali. Ali's eyes out of the cheek, and you can see that it's bothering him a bit right now. That's something to keep our eye on. Now hugging on the inside. Muhammad Ali's putting forth that hard work he did in training camp there, landing a crisp combination. There was a baseball umpire around. He called that a strikeout by Muhammad Ali. It worked in the body. Right hand downstairs. Ali's knowledge of the game is showing through. 3 ways to defend. One of them is the block. He did it there well. That's a forceful two-punch combo by Muhammad Ali. Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot. A little something for his opponent after getting tagged. Ali's showing you that sublime skill right now with that two-punch combo. Shot to the head with that right hand. Cross left now getting into the mix. Good job on the two-punch combo by Muhammad Ali. Eddie did a smart thing right there. Just created enough space and then landed the counter punch.
Looked like the will of the wisp, the old great Willie Peck. And the most way to pay.
Forceful uppercut by Muhammad Ali.
You need to capitalize on his misses.
Back to action here at the start of this round, which is just part of what has been a very evenly fought fight. One of those fights that's going to be very hard to score. Well, supposed to be fighting, but instead he's hugging. Eddie, what would you recommend based on what we're seeing here tonight?
Well, 2 aspirin and then go, oh no, actually I would say a little counter-punching would be just what the doctor ordered.
That's a better description for me. He got all into that one. That was a solid uppercut. Ali's now has to deal with what he knows, and that can be a real distraction, especially when it comes to your breathing. A crushing two-punch combo by Muhammad Ali. A solid, true uppercut by Muhammad Ali. He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. Scored well up top. If there's one thing Isaac Frost can do is generate power. Boy, did he just deliver some power with that uppercut. He is not in good shape. Now it's Isaac Frost on the receiving end of a knockdown blow. Isaac Frost back up on his feet. You know, sometimes you score a knockdown and it can act like a wake-up call for the damaged fighter. That's a pretty scary thought when it comes to the dangerous Isaac Frost.